I want the truth and nothing but the truth.
What's up everyone, it's your lawyer, Godot, and it's the goated 4th of July. I hope y'all having a blast today, celebrating, etc. because I've got quite the patriotic versus battle that both the JoJo community and the Metal Gear community have been debating for a while now. That is Funny Valentine versus Senator Armstrong. Who wins is the thing I'll be determining. After scaling these two, there will be like 4 rounds to this battle. Unequal stats, equal stats, D4C love train, and, well, who's more patriotic? Now, before we get started, I'm going to give a quick update and shoutouts. First, I'm still working on Just Gave vs. Popeye, which will come this month. I did some editing for a dope YouTuber, I collab with Metas again, and I might collab on a certain someone's channel. I don't want to spoil who it is, but y'all will know who it is when I post it on my community tab that y'all should keep an eye on. Second, shoutouts to my TikTok. I post some pretty good memes and Gauntlet Maker. And the final shoutout goes to the GOAT of Metal Gear scaling, Crisis. He provided his Senator Armstrong scaling for this video. Please go check out his channel and subscribe to it. He makes dope content and edits. Also, who knows, maybe he might appear on this channel for like another JoJo vs. Metal Gear topic. Y'all make sure just to let me know down in the comments if y'all want him on here for another round. Anyways, like and subscribe with the bell as it helps out the channel a lot. And without further ado, let's get into this. Valentine was once a soldier for the United States. Valentine joined the Puritan search party in search of something. Everyone perished except for Valentine, who gained the heart of, I'm not even joking, Jesus Christ. After that, pretty much, Valentine rose in the ranks and quickly became the 23rd president of the United States in 1889. Valentine knew that there must be more corpse parts out there, so he sought them out so that the United States would have the ultimate power on their side. Valentine took the napkin first, which put him on this righteous, fated path towards his goals. Valentine has a stand, which is your mind and fighting spirit given form basically. Only people with stands can see stands. Valentine's stand name is Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, or D4C in short. This stand itself has many abilities and it shares some of it with Valentine. D4C grants interdimensional travel across the infinite JoJo multiverse to Valentine. D4C and Valentine travel to these parallel dimensions by going in between surfaces. The in between surfaces part gets crazy because Valentine shows how broken this can be. He's used this ability to negate projectiles, falling water droplets like rain. Can allow this ability to activate. People falling on top of him triggers the ability, etc. Valentine using this ability can even reappear into the fight from anywhere. Now, if that already isn't enough, when he travels to different dimensions, he can swap consciousnesses with another version of himself instantly if he's near death, which Valentine just does all the time essentially, which is why it's so hard to kill him. Of course, there's more. Valentine can bring an unlimited amount of himself into the battle, and all of them have D4C as well. Oh, and even there's even more, right? If there's no surface in between for him to dimension hop, Valentine literally carries the American flag with him at all times, so he can always just dimension hop, right? Damn, Uncle Sam would be proud. Anyways, another use for this flag comes with another thing Valentine could do with this ability, which is that Valentine uses this flag and other surfaces to people to go in between a surface, right? Basically he uses the flag to put people in between surfaces to just be afar of them into a parallel dimension where the fight is taking place at the same exact time. It seems harmless, but the victims of this ability, when they meet their parallel self, will be forced by some gravity or force into each other and will just die by a sponge space-time shenanigans. This is a form of durability negation, of course, and what we know so far is that this one just destroys your mind, body, and soul. Valentine confirms this, right? And he also confirms that the only reason why this doesn't happen to Valentine himself is because his stand has a gravity passively around itself, and Valentine makes, well, it just basically D4C, or this random gravity, just makes Valentine immune to this cosmic force or law that no person can exist as two the same person in the same world / universe. Finally, Valentine has a gun. Self-explanatory. Onto the stats of Valentine. For his AP and durability, AP wise, Valentine with D4C should be large building level, as D4C is capable of hacking apart Johnny, the same Johnny that just tanks while shooting himself with his own Tusk bullets. For example, Tusk Act 1 had like a building level feat, and all the other acts like 2 and 4 just upscale because they're stated and shown to be more powerful. Durability for Valentine is multi-city blocked it in, being able to take just a physical ass beating from Tusk Act 4, which its crater feat was calc to be multi-city block. And before it even comes up as a discussion, no, Funny Valentine does not have multiversal plus durability. Tusk Act 4 is just purely hacks based, so none of its hacks power or whatever just transfers over to its AP. Plus narratively, it wouldn't make sense because these mofos in part 7 are highly vulnerable to the bullets and just get murked by them. Now on to speed. Valentine should be like Mach 600 or massively hypersonic, since he can react to Johnny's Tusk bullets, which have been calced to be at that fast in the Soundman fight. A misconception people have is that Valentine should or would be massively faster in light plus due to the world being present in part 7 and Johnny being able to react to it, etc. You get the chain scaling. And the assumption that Diego's world scales to part 3's Dio's world, which is false, as nothing in the series implies this, and even in the JoJo guidebooks like JoJo Veller state that the only things in common that part 7 and 3's the world share are that they both stop time, they both throw knives the same way, and that they have the same design and personality. The last thing to talk about for stats for Valentine is his IQ, as other things like his skills / techniques just aren't anything too crazy, to be honest. They're nothing too crazy. But Valentine for intelligence feats was capable of figuring out and countering the infinite rotation upon seeing it. That same rotation is based on life, the golden ratio, capable of transcending dimensions. Valentine also has an understanding of the universe, fate, and it's certain concepts like duality and gods governing the JoJo reality. Valentine even outsmarted Johnny, who figured out time stop and how long it lasts after Diego used it twice in quick succession. Kakyoin, one of the smartest Stardust Crusaders, took a while to figure that out and died along with it. And keep in mind that the people he rolled along with were Jotaro and Joseph, and if it weren't for Kakyoin, they most likely wouldn't have figured out, or if they did, probably been too late, they would just be dead, right? Final thing to talk about for Valentine is his big guns, D4C Love Train. Essentially, it's a multiversal plus barrier made up of the infinite JoJo multiverse. The barrier is even conceptual too, as it's also the yin-yang duality of the multiverse, positive, negative, happiness, cruelty, etc. For more information on that, go check out my JoJo Cosmology video. Anyways, this barrier in terms of physical range can go to city level plus to possibly higher, as the effects of its powers made storms over Kansas, and the barrier was extended into and was pulling the entire Atlantic Ocean. It just nuts stuff. So onto what this barrier does: it redirects misfortune and blasts it off somewhere else in the multiverse, or somewhere in at a different point in time. Valentine is inside this barrier and can move around in it. You can become light and attack. Oh, and did I mention that D4C Love Train is powered by the corpse parts of the actual Jesus Christ? Yeah, he's also one of the most powerful state users in JoJo. JoJo certainly lived up to this bizarre status. Now let's go on to talk about this senator. Senator Armstrong as a character is relatively straightforward in what he's about. Armstrong wants to crumble America so it can be rebuilt as truly free, and what that freedom means is survival of the fittest, the weak die, the strong survive and lead, yada yada. So with this brief introduction out of the way of his character, let's get into his mad AP and durability. Armstrong's AP and durability should be town level, as he was capable of destroying Metal Gear Excelsius and taking its explosion. Armstrong is even capable of taking slashes from Raiden and dishing out damage to him back. That same Raiden also has his town level feats as well. All calcs will be in the description, by the way. Now on to speed. Armstrong should comfortably be at FTL plus as a low ball. Armstrong can react to Raiden and fight at least at similar speeds as him. Raiden is capable of perceiving laser beams in slow motion, which has been calced to be 15 times the speed of light, and it's likely far higher than that. For skills and techniques, this Senator is able to keep up with Raiden in a fight and get the upper hand in a hand-to-hand and sword-to-hand altercation. Now, before I go further, I'm not saying Armstrong is more skilled, on par, or even relative to Raiden. I'm saying it's at least a feat for Raiden to be able to, contend skill-wise in a fight with Raiden. Raiden has outskilled master swordsmen like, Solidus Snake and Jetstream Sam. Raiden threw hands with Vamp, a master CQC user. CQC in the Metal Gear verse means having mastered fighting with guns and knives, as it's basically entry-level CQC that becomes useful. Raiden, in terms of hand-to-hand, he's a fully trained Foxhound operative. In the Foxhound operatives manual, it's said that they have mastered various forms of martial arts. Now, onto the final thing for Armstrong, his abilities. He has an attack called Fire Charge that disarms the opponent. Armstrong has telekinesis for some reason. Armstrong can also heal himself, and his final ability is
Nanomachines, son. They harden in response to physical trauma.
You guys heard this, Senator. Nanomachines are as simple as that, and with all the skilling that's been revealed, now we see why not many choose to fuck with this Senator. Alright, let's get this fight rolling. So for unequal stats, this fight is pretty clear cut. I was definitely surprised about this when looking into this matchup. Armstrong in this scenario should simply blitz and one-shot Valentine. He's too fast, comparing massively hypersonic to FTL plus. Too strong, comparing large building level to town level. And there's not even an argument for an in-character Armstrong to go on some sort of monologue before fighting Valentine. He doesn't even know what to do. He knows right, but he doesn't know him, so no reason to. And also give Valentine an opportunity to BFR him if let's say if he does try to monologue or whatever, and just durability negate him, because just Armstrong just in character will just go for the kill immediately. He's basically on some Dragon Ball Z Broly type of shit. He's just gonna ape out on him. Now, just as another possible scenario, it could be argued that maybe as soon as the fight starts, Valentine could talk no jutsu Armstrong or whatever, but that isn't happening for multiple reasons. The first is that Armstrong is the kind of person that Valentine would despise and wouldn't want him on his side, given that Armstrong already told Valentine about his philosophy or whatever, or maybe they're discussing it in the beginning for some reason. And Valentine would just pretty much view him as trash and selfish. Second is that Armstrong is a simple dude. He honestly won't care about Valentine's philosophy and what he's about, because Armstrong will just only view it as okay, Valentine, you're just protecting the weak, pretty much. Really prevent Valentine from reaching his goals just because of that. In short, Armstrong will just kill Valentine on sight and just takes the corpse parts for himself. But what's really the most important thing that granted Armstrong the unequal stats W is, can Valentine throw Metal Gear? Didn't think so. Now, equal stats is more interesting. I can see Armstrong having the advantage at first, with Valentine trying to kill Armstrong conventionally and getting his ass beat, while Armstrong gets occasionally confused about what's hitting him most of the time, aka a stand he cannot see. But mid-fight is where I see Valentine pulling out all his hacks, bringing multiple versions of himself into the fight to overwhelm and eventually BFR and durability negate Armstrong. I can't even count on Armstrong killing Valentine due to even though Armstrong has the skill advantage, it's mainly because of Valentine's ability to usually always escape near-death scenarios by dimension hopping. It's just simply too much. Like, even if like Armstrong will get close to killing Valentine, he's just gonna escape into another dimension. Like Valentine is a complete pro at that. Near-death scenarios always escapes usually to another dimension and just swaps consciousnesses, and he's all dandy, right? So yeah, I don't really see Armstrong killing him. Also, there's no way in hell Armstrong is outsmarting Valentine. I'm sorry, not even a conversation. Now, D4C Love Train. This one is an obvious stomp. There's nothing Armstrong can do about the barrier, so he just won't be able to harm Valentine ever. And now all Valentine has to do, and keep in mind, at least with D4C Love Train is an equal stats scenario, we're back to that, right? Like, all he has to really do is just play the waiting game. Whether Armstrong makes a mistake or he gets tired, he'll, you know, just get BFR'd by like one of the parallel versions of Valentine that the main Valentine brought into the fight. Finally, the last topic: who's more patriotic? In my opinion, it's Valentine. Dude fought in the American Civil War, was tortured by the enemy by being whipped on his back. Of course, that would leave some scars. And these scars turned out to be the fucking American flag. Yes, you heard right. This dude had the American flag unintentionally whipped onto him, and it's left as a scar on his back. I cannot make this up. It's crazy. You know, anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all want me to do more like JoJo vs. Metal Gear videos, let me know. I've seen some interesting matchups, like what if, you know, Armstrong was the senator in the car with Dio and JoJo Part 3. Could definitely go over Armstrong's higher end scaling. And I've seen another matchup floating around, that being Joseph Joestar versus Big Boss. Interesting stuff. Other than that, just a reminder that I have a Discord server linked in the description if anyone wants to join. Other than that, that's about it. See y'all later. Peace out.
Yeah, good job.